All right, so the session cut off last time. If you remember, in the old vault beneath this northern mountain. Rulin, you've by now finished squirreling away the collection of the gold, the jewels, all the precious items.
Yes.
However, just as we were leaving last time, both Triss and Torrick had their eye on the large centerpiece to the collection, this grand ruby. Now, the two of you approaching it, you can see that this has been pristinely cut. The jeweler who did this clearly knew their craft very well. And even in this low light, the kind of glint of its polished faces is very alluring. Triss, you immediately know this is going to be valuable. The fences of your past would have probably given a limb to get hold of this. Torrick, on the other hand, you realise that this gem has vast potential. The things you could do with this, the amount of magic you would be capable of channeling through it, would be orders of magnitude greater than anything you've previously had available to experiment with.
Okay, Torrick, it's over to you. I'm going to give a firm hand on his shoulder as well.
I was the one snatching the jewel, wasn't I?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were there with Triss's assistance. You reach your hand out, and you can see that this is going to be a fairly delicate operation. The stone seems to be resting in what appears to be a carved stone kind of stand for it. A little fairly delicate looking thing, 4 legs, but sturdy enough to hold from the looks of it, considerable weight of this stone. As you place your hand on the ruby, you can sense that the gem is in some way secured into this stone. Take a bit of effort to get it loose. It's not just going to come free with a light tug.
Oh, it's going to take a bit of welly. Going to take a bit of welly. That's the term, right?
I've never heard it before.
Well, I must be making it up. It suits, though.
Do talk a lot of strange things, Torrick. It's not going to work as some kind of lever, is it? It is definitely going to come loose.
Torrick just shoots Triss a look as if to say, "You expect me to know these things?" Well, we don't know. We pick it up. And, right, I think I'm just going to go for it, like a quick swipe with the servos to help me lift the weight of the thing.
Okay, so you carefully position the lifting elements and get a firm grip and exert some force directly up. And it resists you at first, but after a kind of tense moments, something gives and the gem comes loose. You can see that it was clearly attached by some sort of glue. At some point, but this has come loose in the grip of your suit. Roll me an Arcana, please, Torrick.
Holy shit! I thought you were going to say initiative.
Oh, crispy! I get a +9 to Arcana, and I just rolled a nat 20. +10 to Arcana now. Level up! Woo!
Okay, cool. So Torrick, you realise actually that it wasn't the glue that was holding this gem in place. You look down and you can see what appears to be the inner rim of this securing stone stand, and you can see very clearly now that the ruby is missing a series of what appear to be anciently carved runes which are now starting to pulse a gentle orange. and in your hand a sensation you can't really put your finger on creeps up your arm, and as you look down, you can see darkness of sorts emanating from this gem.
I drop it.
You drop it to the floor, the stone's hardness saving it from shattering against the cold stone floor. You take a step back and you watch as this darkness rolls out of this gem like a fog. Before too long has passed, the entire room is starting to become really, really obscured by this darkness. The light is almost being sucked out of the room.
Get out if I were you.
And as you do this, Torrick, you notice something in the corner of your eye start to rise from the shadows. Everybody roll initiative.
Ooh. And so the slaughter begins.
Nice rolls.
Ooh,
God damn.
lovely.
Yeah, the one time Crispy's like, this is a deadly encounter, boys. Just the rolls are on point.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Guys, that's it for the night. We don't get anything better.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope these weren't
Oh,
good rolls.
wait for it. Wait for it. Here
That's
we go.
alright, you've used your nat 20s on your initiative rather than your saving throws. So.
Oh, not bad.
Ah, so there's going to be saving throws.
Most likely. For death variety. But we'll see. Roll some numbers.
Crispy, did you have this map last time?
No.
I did have this map last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, we didn't see it last time.
You didn't see it last time.
That was a good drawing. Of something that was,
Yeah, the drawing was from the map, not the other way around.
I'm going to throw out that I'm guessing the grid isn't to scale.
It is.
Bleh.
This was a big vault.
Wow.
Oh god, and we cleaned it.
A lot about that big fella in stone over there.
That big fella's like 3 by 3. That's a big fella.
That is a large
Big
shadow.
boy.
Alright, so where are we
He
located?
just rolled very well in this dex roll.
Oh,
So Torrick and
just
Triss,
on the other
you're
side.
going to be located in towards the centre where the ruby was. Hamill and Braxton had been cautiously on the outside, so you're going to be at the other side of the door. For the intents and purposes of this, the door's open. It's just on the map. Obviously, it's...
Last session, I envisaged the door was like 10 foot wide. Not,
Oh, no, this was a
30 foot wide.
big vault. I probably should have made that a bit more clear to you.
Yeah, I remember we were joking that we needed the bigger drill for it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so Torrick, as you kind of watch in a state of shocked horror, this now fully dark room is lit in at least your vicinity by what appear to be just bright orange flames. You look and see a large figure rise out from the gloom. So essentially, that gem has cast Dark World on the vault. So I'm going to need you to roll me I think it's a wisdom. Just double check. Yes, a wisdom saving throw, please. Or be
Is it
frightened.
from a... Oh, sorry.
It's a magical effect, if that's what you're going to ask.
Yeah. You know I'm looking for that advantage. So a wisdom saving throw turns that 12 into a 9.
So Torrick, you have a fairly, expected reaction here. This thing's pretty frightening. So you are going to be frightened.
I got 12.
And as a result, Triss, in which case you are also going to be frightened. So yeah, you guys see this large creature emerge from this gathering gloom around the ruby that's now laying on the floor. But as you kind of turn to potentially flee, you see the vault is slowly filling with other smaller figures rising from the gloom. Um, before you have really a chance to react, the creature kind of outstretches its hands sideways, almost like a crucifix in front of you, and you see a kind of dark, swirling energy, a mass in its left hand. It reaches out towards you, Torrick, and it casts Mind Kill. I'm going to need a DC 20 Intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm guessing advantage due to magical source.
Yep, it's magical, so you'll still get that advantage.
Plus
Fucking
5.
I
needs
think
it.
I'm gonna plus. Awesome. So
Oh,
that
next to me.
plus 5 for
No,
being
he's over
next
there.
to. Oh yeah, I'm way off from you. That's still a 28.
Yep, so that does it.
Right.
The
You thought the room was much smaller than it was, Rich. If he's within 10 feet.
I thought you said Havel for some reason instead of Torrick.
oh right, no, he's aiming at Torrick right in front of him. However, Torrick, you managed to kind of keep your wits about you in the face of this unnatural terror. Instead of having the desired effect of just completely numbing your senses, this fills you with an even greater desire to get the hell out of here.
Yes.
But seeing that fails, the creature kind of lowers its other hand, gestures into space, and is going to use its bonus action to summon something.
Oh, as if it didn't have
Oh,
enough
because there
words.
isn't enough shadow creatures.
Yeah.
A kind of mirage almost appears in the smog. You can't really see what's going on in there, but something folds itself out of unreality and flops to the ground.
Pleasant.
I like to think that Torrick's ridiculously high int resistance is just the fact that his mind is so convoluted. Any attack just gets lost in the mental corridors
You'll
and
find out one
tunnels.
later. Have a wee spook.
Alrighty, and then it is going to use its movement to not so much walk towards you, but more of a glide, where it towers above you. Havel, you as usual, not trusting these lot, or on your guard outside. Originally, you're fairly happy that all the loot's been taken, but seeing Torrick and Triss go for this jam, you kind of had a bad feeling, and sure enough, those feelings were confirmed. So you're the first to react to this.
Can I actually see into the room?
It's dim light, so it's not ideal, but you can see silhouettes at that kind of range. And a slight glow from this creature as its orange flames distinguish it from the murk, but not enough to really see exactly what it is, but you just can put two and two together and realise something bad is happening.
Balrog.
Ooh, sure, not boss. Fair enough. Glowing dim. That seems like something Havel will shoot at. Because what else is he gonna do? Bonus action. Cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Mm-hmm.
At level 1. And then 2 Iridium arrows.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
You still got your angelic arrow? Or...
Oh, I do still have that, but yeah. So
Okay,
one's like a 31.
Yep, so that's a hit and a critical failure.
Cool. Wonderful.
So roll me one that hits first.
Okay. And that will be 17.
All right. So the first arrow you fire into this smog. And you can't really see it land or hear much other than Torrick's screaming. So you don't really know what effect it has, but you weren't too happy with the shot, so you adjust a little bit. This time, Torrick's screaming is interrupted with Triss's scream as an arrow hits her. So roll me damage against it.
Oh, man. Triss will take 17.
17 damage to Triss.
It's turning our allies against us!
Don't think I'll move. I'll stay at the opening. I'll stay out this side of the door.
Okay, Havel, you notice that the fog, this kind of dark fog, seems to stop at the threshold of this vault. And it's strange to look at. It's thick enough that you can kind of see it curling at your feet, but it's not like usual mist. This is kind of like, tar black. It's not something you've encountered before.
Stay out of the vault. Sounds like a plan. Okay, that's me. That's my turn.
Okay, Torrick, you're next. You're still frightened.
Yes, I am very terrified. I'm gonna spend a key point to. If only.
I like to imagine Torrick invents an energy drink that just has the same effect as a key point, essentially. But instead of inner peace, it is just pure adrenaline that's fueling it.
Yes, and now we ran.
Rather perverse shiver runs down Ruland's spine. Is this darkness?
I know I get disadvantage, but I think one of the only ways to kind of break distance from this thing is going to be to give it a shock. So I'm going to try and hit it with a shocking grasp.
Alrighty, rolled up.
Don't suppose it's got heavy armor underneath all that shadow. Oh, that's a shame. That is 14.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Torrick, you kind of reach out, but your hand is shaking so much that your suit's servos actually detect it as damage and kind of lock your arm in place.
Oh, Jesus Christ. At that point, I'm just going to be... turn to Triss and just be like, we need to move now! And, oh, God. Bonus action to probably cast Healing Word.
Alright.
Has anyone got damage on them?
Mm-hmm.
From last... actually, no, Triss just got hit by the arrow.
Yeah, she's looked worse, but...
So 1d4 plus 10 healing. So that'd be 12.
Roll me an Arcana, Torrick.
Oh. 28.
You notice that the fog seems to be sapping away at this healing energy. You reckon it's only half as effective as normal.
Oh, no.
So, out of character, Triss, you're only going to get 6 health points out of that rather than 12.
Shit. Okay.
It eats at the very rejuvenation. Ooh.
Yeah, that's not really helping that spooky feeling.
I love how Torrick's losing his shit, and Triss is just like, oh, this is a bad day at the office.
Okay. Torrick, anything else?
I'm done at that. Is it you up next? Because if so, get us the fuck out of here, plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna tackle Torrick and send us flying through a dimension door.
Alright. So, you dimension door out of that.
Yeah, send us back sort of past where we'd been sat, sort of next to the plinth with the arch on it.
Okay, so you do that. Braxton, Rulin, you Drew, so I'll let you choose who does what.
What do you think?
Oh, as we land on the floor, I'm going to say don't go in there. Just in case that hadn't been absolutely clear.
So they're now over here somewhere.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna. Well, I'll go first. Then I'm gonna grab hold of the vault door and start pushing it closed.
Okay, so the vault is incredibly heavy. It is not going to budge from just you. Rulin, this thing weighs a hell of a lot, and whatever mechanism opened it clearly isn't closing it at the minute. Now, Braxton, this is where I'm going to have to hold you to your oath now. This is what is desecrating this temple. It would be sacrilegious to leave it.
Oh no. Oh no. It's going to have legendary resistances as well, so I can't do what I want to do. You bastard. So, in terms of what I can see, can I see all the shadows, or can I just see basically that?
Yeah, do you know what? Roll me a religion check while you're at it.
$15.
You've dealt with spectres like this in previous service with the Knights of Nirna. They're not particularly powerful. They're kind of lost souls of the dead. They are fairly vulnerable to holy weaponry.
Oh, I know someone who's got some of them. Okay. I don't think that door will move, Roland. We can take this thing. And I'm going to move in.
Oh, it's a shame I spent my action trying it anyway.
And I'm going to... I'm going to hold up here and cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay, yep, so you do that, and again the shield starts to glow its typical blue.
And... Oh, I've got an action still. I'm going to just chuck a javelin. Why not? I've still got a couple left. So let's throw a javelin at good old question mark over here.
Okay.
Well, actually, if I've got 2 left, let me look.
A holy javelin?
3 left, so yeah, I'll just throw them both at the same time. I'll throw 2.
Okay.
That's a 11 and a 21.
So these javelins, one sails a bit wide, the other sails straight through.
Yeah, that's my go.
Okay, so Braxton, now that you've entered this area, you start to sense that these lost souls are almost drawn to you. Not particularly quickly, but with a singularity of purpose. Only one of them manages to reach you, and he kind of reaches out towards you with these spectral hands. However, you have your shield raised and ready. You can kind of hear the surprisingly solid sound of fingernails on steel, but the thing does you no harm. But while it's doing it, the other ones are starting to draw near as well.
Took me a really long time to figure out that you weren't just calling them strange shadows, that there was a method to that.
So, yeah, I wasn't expecting them to all get initiative right next to each other. That's can make things a bit interesting. So whilst these things are surprisingly almost graceful in their slow glide over towards you, this thing is much less so. You hear the skittering of loose stones, and you can kind of see this mist-like fog parting as this thing half scurries, half leaps across the stone towards you. It's actually going to take the dash action just to draw near. But as it gets close, Braxton, you can see way more appendages than you would really like, and just gnashing teeth. You've never seen anything like it.
Lovely.
Oh shit! Yeah, they're all back to back. Actually, that is fairly
Terrible.
breaking. Okay, so the large creature, sensing something is not quite to its liking now. It's clearly a holy force has entered this vault. It's going to make again slow and purposeful approach, but it's going to hold back a little bit. And Braxton, as you kind of keep these smaller fiends at bay, you see it pause for a moment, almost as if it is assessing you from a distance. You've seen demons in the past, and you know what the mindless hatred of the possessed can feel like. But this isn't it. This is just cold, calculating evil. But after a while, it seems to decide, and outstretches a hand towards you, and casts Heart Stop. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
DC 20.
$18.
18. So, Braxton, you kind of feel a cold sweat coming on, and then all of a sudden a tightness in your chest. Kind of stagger for a bit and struggle to stay on your feet. After a panicked moment, you realise your heart has stopped. So, till your next turn, you're going to be stunned. And for every turn you end still stunned, you're going to take 2 levels of exhaustion. It is a concentration spell. But you keep to your feet. But how Rulin, it's quite apparent that Braxton is struggling underneath this thing's oppression. So Havel, back to you. You can see that Rulin's trying to close the vault door, but Braxton's still obviously in the line of fire here.
I mean, we can't really leave Braxton in there now, can we?
Did you not get your aura protection on that, Rich?
My +5 is built into my saving throw. So I've got a +8.
Oh, is it? Okay. Gotcha.
Would-
Yes.
Makes sense why you have such a massive bonus on everything.
Yeah.
Some of them are ridiculous.
So would we have? Would Havel have seen that it was the entity was the last thing to act towards him?
Yeah, so you can see that Braxton was, on top of his form. He'd
And then
and all of a sudden his arms kind of dropped to his side, and this thing, would have been visible to you as it kind of pointed out towards him.
Yeah, cool. Same as before then. Actually, let me have a quick look at the spells. I forgot. I've got 2d1, 3d2, 1, 2d3. Do we do it? Do we do what we normally do?
That's at your discretion.
Yeah, I know. I just wondering how effective magic will actually be.
Apparently more effective than a javelin.
Yeah, but it was just a standard javelin, wasn't it? It wasn't like an iridium
Yeah, it's just a javelin.
javelin or anything, was it? Because I'm getting low on the arrows now, but I do have the daggers at some point.
Use your
Anyway,
angel
so.
arrow. Cough.
But I want to keep it, and then we can try and make more.
Can you make more Braxtons?
I mean, Richard had 2 characters now. So you can.
I've had this feeling before.
Right. I'll fire 1 iridium arrow at the entity first.
Okay.
You know you want it. Does a 26 hit?
26 does indeed hit.
Still as mark. Let's see if we can get it to. Falling in though.
So what's that come to after your modifiers?
16.
16. Alrighty.
Would it be visible to see?
Well,
like,
it needs to make a concentration save, so let me just roll that while I remember.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's like visible that iridium arrows
It
are actually
fails.
Wow.
big time.
Havel, you now this thing's drawing nearer. You've and you've had a bit of time to focus your eyes. You see that whilst it is obviously clearly demonic in nature, it is humanoid in form, and you take an educated guess that it might be worth trying to put an arrow in its eye socket. So you loose and score a hit. It doesn't appear to harm it that much, but it clearly distracts it. As it kind of rears backwards, Braxton, you kind of feel almost like something's hit you in the chest, like, violently. But as you kind of take a big gasp of air, cough and splutter a bit, you realise that you can once more feel your pulse in your neck.
Phew. Havel, you beautiful bastard.
Aim straight. While Braxton's not dying, do I use? Oh. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Torrick. Does Torrick have the ability that he can duplicate an item? Is it only something that he's created, or can it be anything?
Firstly, I think I need quite a bit of time to do that.
No, I don't mean like instantly in the middle of a fight, but I mean like, for example, if I had the arrow and you had time to do it, or is it only things that you've made that you can duplicate, like with the walloping arrows?
The walloping arrows I crafted myself using gold and whatnot. The duplication is a start of day thing. I begin the day with a copy of it, and it lasts for the day. So I couldn't make one for you on the fly. Sorry.
No, I don't mean on the fly. I just meant like if it was to keep it, could we make another one? But if it only lasts a day anyway. So I'd only ever have 2 arrows basically. So yeah. I'll use my extra special arrow.
Okay.
On the entity. I'm going to use my rogue's ability to impose advantage.
Sure. So you take careful aim.
This is where I'm going to hit it, isn't it?
Yeah, the arrow is much longer than you're used to dealing with, and the added weight of this silvery helix at the tip is somewhat unusual, makes aiming a little difficult. But you take a deep breath, line up your bow, and take the shot.
It's only a 21.
Sure enough, the weight draws the arrow lower in its flight path than you were anticipating. You managed to put one just underneath this thing's armpit. Although you can see it visibly recoil as this arrow actually tears a kind of hole in this fog, almost like a cylinder of almost untubed light blasts by this thing, clearly drawing its attention.
So it would have done wonderful damage if it actually hit. Okay. There's not really much else I can do. So I am still going to stay on this side of the door. Absolutely, if it's stopping there. And that's me.
All right. So you and Triss now outside of this vault take a moment to steel yourselves and are no longer frightened.
How do we fight this thing?
Yeah, Braxton.
Here, he needs healing. I'm gonna see Havel just blasting holes and things, and I'm thinking maybe I could enhance this. I'm gonna run up behind him, and as you're like aiming your bow, Havel, you see Torrick's hand just slap onto the hilt of your bow, and a device open out to like where the arrows are shot out from. I'm gonna be casting elemental weapon on your bow. So your bow now does an additional 1d4 thunder damage. Why not? Thunder might do the trick. Just because lightning didn't do the job earlier. Maybe thunder might be a better shout. Wanted to crack this one out for a while, but haven't really had the opportunity. And I'm going to use a bonus action to heal Braxton.
Okay, so Torrick wires something up to your bow, and you can feel the bowstring, which, if you can remember, actually was fixed by Torrick earlier with some copper. And you can feel it almost humming as some innate power vibrates through the bow.
Thunder module.
What was that? What was that healing worked out to, Guy?
That comes out to 11 for Braxton, but he's in the mist, isn't he?
He is, so he'll take 6 healing.
I do love the idea that like when Torrick fixed the bow, he's just like, I'm just gonna put something in here for later.
yeah. Future plans.
Yeah, the module's already there. Torrick just went and switched it on.
Why have you never turned this on?
Or like you built it in but just didn't put the batteries in it or something.
The module was set to Aladdin, not Aladdin.
Okay, cool. So Braxton, you kind of get a little shot of something, but it doesn't have the same oomph as it used to. Torrick must have watered down the batch to save on ingredient costs, clearly. Okay, unless you got anything else then, Guy. Triss, you're up.
Okay. How many steps away from the door were we?
Well, you said the other side, so I'll give you a benefit of the doubt and say about 10, 15 feet.
Okay. Step just to the edge of where that smoke starts, just so my feet are covering it. They're being covered by
Okay.
it. And then I'm gonna try an Eldritch Blast. Question mark. Singular.
Sure.
14, 27, and a 14.
So you fire out a quick volley of blasts, and this this green that you're so used to seeing just blazes out across the darkness in an almost blinding display of light. However, the first two miss their mark quite significantly, but on the third one you manage to get a glancing blow to this thing's roughly around where its waist is.
And that is 13.
13. All right. So you hear the blow connect as much as you do see it, but when you look, the creature is still up there, stood. And it doesn't half tower over the rest of you as it draws ever closer to Braxton.
Bear with me a second. Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Sure. So Braxton rolling same again. Don't mind much order you do it.
Go ahead, Roland.
Okay. So last turn was a bit of a wash, playing with the door. So I think I'll give up on that action now that we're pretty much settled on fighting these things, I guess. So yeah, realizing that pretty much Braxton's our only real hope of taking down this bastard, I'll try and free him up a little bit. So I'm gonna go running in. This grate here. How big are the gaps between the bars?
About 5 feet, so you could hop across it. Although
Okay.
it would be.
Or theoretically fall through it.
Or yes, theoretically fall through it to the tetanus-infested spikes.
Okay.
On the sides.
Then I'll attack mystery creature number 2.
All right.
With a single spear thrust. This is a quick test and see how it goes.
So as this charges in towards Braxton, you move into counter.
That'll be a 21.
And as it's just about to lunge at him, you dash forwards with a solid thrust, and the tip strikes the creature, slides a little bit, and then finds something soft and penetrates in probably about 5 inches before this creature screeches or squeals. Try to say them both at the same time.
Squeals is good. I like squeals.
Yeah, just you get the point.
Yeah.
And it breaks off its attack and kind of drops down into a almost defensive posture, if that can be said for something with no real visible kind of centre line. But you appear to have done some damage to it.
Okay. That'll be 11 damage.
Uh-huh.
So off the back of that, like the way you described it, I wasn't sure if I actually hit it or not.
Oh, yeah, no,
I was waiting for you to actually say roll damage. But yeah, 5 inches is good enough. That's what I've heard. And yeah, fuck it. Let's go for a stunning blow. Stunning strike.
Sure. So has your DC stayed the same, or is it new?
17
17, okay.
Constitution.
Well, this thing passes the quick reflexes, and its new shift of focus meant that it's seemingly unaffected by your
Okay, so we're going to switch things up a little bit. And instead of going for the second strike, I'm just going to go straight for my flurry of blows.
Okay.
And let's get them done. That's 221s.
So 2 hits. Following up, you don't give it time to react. You carry on your offensive and just pummel this thing's carapace.
That is 17 damage on those 2.
Alrighty.
And some special effects. One for each of them, I guess. So first of all, I want to try and push it back 15 feet.
Okay.
So that's a DC 17 strength saving throw.
It just passes.
Okay, same again for the second effect.
Same one. Okay.
Yeah.
It fails it. So, Ruin, you kind of pummel this thing once. It holds its ground, leaps towards you, and then you just counter it right in the jaw. You hear the crack of both teeth and jawbone breaking, and this thing is kind of launched upwards and backwards. And it strikes one of these steel bars with quite some force. As its legs kind of scramble out, it gets no purchase on the steel. And it kind of slips down. You kind of hear a screeching sound as it falls away before you hear the kind of sick squelching of flesh being impaled on steel.
That's like literally the first time in forever that I've made a plan at the beginning of my turn and it's actually worked. I'm so happy. Okay, cool. I still have one attack. Oh no, because I switched up my action, didn't I?
Yeah, I think they have to be done.
Yeah, it has to be in the same consecutive action, doesn't it? In which case, I will move. I'll move to here. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, so Braxton, you see that the creature that was about to flank you has been quite adeptly dealt with. Frees you up to kind of raise your shield back against this spectre that's trying to kind of claw away at you.
Right. I'm going to move around the spectre to here. And yeah, I'm just going to attack this spectre that's on me.
Sure.
Twice. That's a 17 and a 19.
So both of those hits.
Ah, nice. So 27 damage.
27 damage. So, Braxton, you kind of put the hammer down. Again, the radiant orange energy of this thing kind of sweeping through the darkness. And you see that this creature doesn't move to block in any way. It seems that its sole focus at the minute is just attacking you. So as such, the blow lands very easily. And this creature recoils and starts to flicker. It's actually going to roll Undead Fortitude, which it fails. So this thing flickers for a moment more, and then kind of dissipates, falling back into this fog and dissipating as dark mist.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. So it brings us back to these shadows. So unperturbed by the loss of their companion here, they continue drifting forwards. It's eerily silent. So I might as well move them all at once, hadn't they? That same initiative tracker. So going to get 3 attacks there. One against Rulin, which I'll do first. So that's a miss. One against Braxton. Again, also a miss. And then finally Triss in the background.
I'm going to impose Entropic Ward, which gives him disadvantage.
Okay, which is probably a good thing, 'cause that would have been a hit. So you turn it into a miss. As you kind of deftly cast some defensive magic, so this thing glides forward towards you.
Nice.
Okay. So, Larble. As long as you can remember, the darkness has been your friend. It's the only thing you've been able to really see. So much so that you are almost angry when this light appears. But as you look, it isn't a figment of your imagination, similar to many that have come and gone over these past however many years it's been. No, this light stays, and what's more, grows. You head towards it, but in the same manner that one might run through a dream. It feels almost like trying to claw your way through treacle. And as you get closer to it, the brightness of it hurts your eyes, but you progress all the same. And to your surprise, you find that this light leads somewhere. You stumble out of what appears to be a doorway of sorts, and you find yourself in a place you haven't seen for a very long time. It's not at all how you remember it. The vast fortune that you came in search of is long since gone. In its place, this nightmare creature. But you stumble out, clutching your eyes. This dim light to the others is almost radiant to you. But you stagger to your feet. It takes a while at first. You haven't used them for quite some time. But as you assess your situation, it all comes flooding back to you. And you can see that something is not quite right here, so roll yourself an initiative, please.
If we retreated this fight, you never would have joined the campaign. Sorry.
Well, that's right, isn't it?
Close
That
the
would have been
door!
fucking
Close the
hilarious.
door! He just appears right as the door closes and he's left in there with all this shit.
Oh shit!
Hold on, let me. Can't get you a. No, that doesn't work. I'll have to try and sort it out later. Just use one of the others' dice tray for now.
What jumps roll?
Just a d20 and then add your dex to it.
+3. That's 11.
So puts you on 11. Alrighty, so it's going to take you a bit of time to really get your bearings properly. But at the moment, it seems like nothing has noticed your presence here too. Which is a feeling you're very comfortable with. So, using your quick thinking, you hop down behind this large table and out of sight. Meanwhile, this creature is going to continue its move forward. However, this time it sees that Braxton isn't the only threat. Rulin, as you deal with this thing's, well, whatever it was that it summoned, you watch as this thing raises its left arm once more, and another entity folds itself into this universe, bigger than the last.
Okay. Let's see how it is.
It gestures towards it almost as if it were commanding this thing. You see it's pointing it roughly in the direction of Triss and Torrick and the rest of them by the gate. But it doesn't stop there. This creature once more reaches out its right hand, and this spherical darkness erupts once more. But this time it's going towards Braxton. So it's going to make a ranged attack. And that is going to hit. So Braxton, this kind of bolt of just unholy energy strikes. And despite your full plate, it seems to pierce almost to your very soul. So you're going to take a bit of damage there. You're going to take 10 actually, so not the worst blow, but it's not a comfortable sensation having this energy hit you. It feels like your vitality is being sapped away.
Nice.
Havel.
That's my name. See, I have got a shiny new bow that I kind of want to test out, but without identifying it, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Is that a good idea?
It's probably not the worst idea today.
Yeah, no, I just don't want to use it and find out it has like some like stupid ability that only can use once a day, and I've just wasted it here. Oh, so without identifying it, I wouldn't know like what to add or anything, would you? Would that make sense? You wouldn't know if it was a like a plus one
Modifiers or
plus two
whatever,
anything. Yeah. So yeah. Second thoughts. Let's not do that. Let's stick with the old faithful.
Oh, just a side note that I forgot to mention with elemental weapon, it also adds a +1 bonus to attack rolls.
I definitely needed that.
Yeah, I just
Oh my
I thought
God.
you're so inaccurate. So
Excellent. Cool. And I would have seen this lovely,
Flop.
lovely thing. Would I have been able to see that come into existence?
Yeah, you would have
Yeah, just making
seen
sure,
that
yeah.
just emerge from somewhere.
Part of me
Shoot it
knows
now.
yeah, this is the thing, because when I hit it in its I would either do marrow, we couldn't really tell if it was actually doing anything to it. That's my issue. Braxton's kind of getting surrounded a little bit.
He's fine.
Okay, what I'll do actually, I'll shoot one at the entity because I want to see if the new little upgrade Torrick gave me will do any extra to
Okay.
it. So one of my redeem arrows. It does a 27 hit.
27 hits, as it happens.
I love asking.
One
that.
of these days, you're going to say it really smugly, and I'm going to say no, and you're all going to just absolutely
No.
lose it.
That's the day
um,
that we're waiting for, yeah.
So that's 13 damage. Is it a D4 thunder damage? Did you say, Guy?
I think he did.
Okay. So 13 piercing, isn't it?
Mhm.
And then 4 thunder damage.
All right.
nice.
So the arrow definitely connects, and there's a kind of a reverberation as this concussive damage impacts the creature. Clearly, it's hitting. It's not glancing off or going through. But the creature looks fairly unperturbed by it.
Okay. And knowing that I'm definitely not doing anything, I will look at this lovely little beastie.
Okay.
I'll oh no, I can't. I'd have to spend an entirely new thingy. What am I on about? Only got 2 left. Yeah, screw it. Why not? I'll cast Hunter's Mark bonus action on
Okay.
question mark number 3.
Sure.
I'm worried that they're numbered at how many numbers there are.
Good thing
But
about
I'll,
numbers, they don't stop.
fire one off at it.
Sure.
I redeem again. And that will be a 31.
Yep. So
Yeah,
that
31.
will do it.
19 piercing.
Mhm.
And 3 thunder.
So again, another good hit. The arrow kind of lands and sticks itself into this thing's back. It goes in a fair way, and the arrow detonates internally, it seems. But this creature kind of shudders for a bit, but then just roars and continues looking for its next meal.
Cool. Pavel's useless, guys. Sorry. I'll just sit out here and wait.
Oh, yeah, sure. Your plus 13 is totally useless, yeah.
It's useless if you're not doing damage. Like if you're hitting but not hurting, it's a little bit useless.
Like Hal's idea of not hurting it is just not killing it in one shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Mate, if I got hit by thunder and I was just like, nah, I'm chill. Afterwards, I'd be I'd be assuming
You
it
get
doesn't have-
hit by thunder.
You can't get hit by thunder. It's a silly thing. It should just be force damage, really. It's because it's a distinct thing from lightning damage.
Yeah.
Force damage,
Yeah.
it gives you a little bit of tinnitus.
Well,
Yeah.
thunder, I think, refers to like the vibration of it. Force is like it affects ghosts, so it's not like purely kinetic energy.
Don't be stupid. Thunder can't hurt ghosts.
You ever seen a ghost being hit by thunder?
That is literally the distinction between them. Now that you put it that way. Huh. Was it with Torrick and Ghosts? Wasn't I mentioning Ghosts last time?
Yep. I feel like we've been here before.
I feel like this is Torrick's fault. Right, I'll same again. I'm gonna still wait out here.
Oh, wait, like it's a doctor's surgery. Oh.
Looking around, annoyed that everyone else gets to go in before you.
Goddamn cues.
When he beats a ghost, he gets a little sticker saying he's been a brave boy.
I got the shot.
Yeah, so I'll wait outside the vault, yeah.
Okay, Torrick, as Havel cowers in the doorway, you're up.
I shall bravely maybe join him.
I will bravely cower beside you.
No friend of mine cowers alone. Oh shit. So elemental weapon is up, so I don't really want to break concentration with another concentration spell. I was thinking invisibility, but it's just occurred to me that that would be dumb. That'd be really stupid. These shadows are not good. Has anyone found a weakness to them apart from radiant?
Solid nope.
I pushed one of them down that gap and it got splattered, but that wasn't
Metal.
a ghost. That was more like
That's pretty damn metal.
Also, those shadows went over that grate, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
just try pushing him down.
I think I'm gonna try and hit the summoned creature.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it with a level 3 acid arrow.
Guys, dice. Haha, isn't that my decision?
Oh. So I will quickly mark that down and roll it up.
Okay.
That's a 20 against AC.
It hits.
Nice. So it'll take 5d4 acid damage immediately.
Okay. You want to roll
plus-
that straight away?
2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to add 5 to the damage because that's one of the things I can do. 14 acid damage immediately.
Okay.
And it'll take acid damage at the end of its next turn.
All right. So Torrick, you look at this thing and can work out that it's got some sort of hard shell on its back. So you quickly knock together up a fairly potent acid on the assumption that there's some calcium carbonate in there somewhere. As you launch this off, you kind of start to see this thing sizzle and the acid gets to work. So you note down that assumption as being correct.
Excellent. Now it's feeling like a combat. I'd like to think that my concentration to Havel's spell is that there's just a little power cable linking from my backpack to his bow.
Just jump leads to it.
Yeah. Little AUX cable that I had to plug in.
Explains why you weren't working beforehand, I suppose.
Cool. All right, Triss.
Okay. I am gonna use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade. And let me just see whether I can get that spell slot back. No. Okay. So I'm gonna sort of pull this blade out of the darkness, and I'm gonna attack Shadow number 8. And because of Entropic Ward and also he's in darkness, I get advantage on that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Nice. What damage type is it?
That is psychic damage.
Okay, cool. Roll me damage then.
4. I've rolled the wrong dice. I'm used to Eldritch Blast. Ignore all of that.
It's just instinct at this point, muscle memory.
So that's 19 damage.
19 damage. Okay, so you slash across this thing with this blade. And it seems counterintuitive at first, slashing at a shadow with shadow, but as the blade draws across it, again, it makes little to no effort to deflect or dodge the incoming blow. You feel the blade kind of connect and rip, almost as if you were drawing a steel sword across flesh. But you see this thing flicker again, but it manages to hold itself stable for now.
Okay. Yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. So this creature is actually going to kind of skitter its way over the grills here.
Skreel its way.
Yep. It is going to make a dash towards that door. Its tentacles make getting across that fairly easy. Yeah, you get across that just fine. It can't quite reach to lash out with its main weaponry. From the looks of it, the teeth and the horns are what it intends to do some damage with. But Triss, you get a stray blow from a kind of a tentacle whipped across towards you. However, you manage to kind of pull yourself out from beyond its reach, quickly hopping back from your attack on the shadow to get away. This thing kind of just smashes into the stone floor where you were stood. Okay, Braxton, Rulin, same again. Don't mind which way.
At the end of its turn, it takes.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, end of its turn. Do you want to roll that then, guy?
It is an additional d4 and that much damage in acid. So 8 damage.
8 damage. Alrighty. Again, this caustic agent just slowly eats into the thing's flesh.
Excellent. I like melting my enemies.
Again, there.
Just put up that borderless version of the image so you can add it with the rest of them. Braxton, do you want to take the lead this time?
Go on then. Do I know if these things are fiends, or would I have to do some sort of roll to find out if they are?
I think you would know that these aren't fiends. They're these shadows are undead.
Cool.
Even better.
Yeah. Well, that helps with smite, but not with what I was going to do. So, change of plan. I'm going to run up here, not leaving any threat zones, and I'm just going to swing at the big guy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
This guy's getting it. 26 and 28.
Both of those are going to hit.
And just for good measure, let's get a level 3 smite on there.
Sure. Do you want to roll the smite damage separately?
Yeah. Is this guy also undead
No, this guy is not undead.
or a fiend?
Well, that I would have you roll for.
Okay, it's just I get extra 1d8 against undead or fiends with channeled divinity, not channeled divinity, divine smite.
Hold up a sec. Let me just. No, D&D's a bit fucky with how they classify fiends, demons, and devils.
Yeah, there's a few similar sort of affixes.
Actually, from the looks of it, fiend is the umbrella term, so it would be counted as fiend.
Nice. So 9 plus 10. Should I also roll radiant damage separately?
You should.
So just the weapon. And then the radiant will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Oh. 37 radiant.
37 radiant damage, alrighty. So, Braxton, you sense that this is the crux of the issue here. This is what is despoiling your beloved Azura's shrine. So you step forward with righteous fury of your order, and you put this hammer down. The creature just kind of falters underneath your blow. It raises its hand, but the hammer just, sheer shockwave as this blast of radiant energy travels through this creature, kind of knocks it away, helpless. So much so, you actually force it back, despite its size, 5 paces, as it kind of reels from this heavy blow. But now you see that cold indifference fade. Now you start to see just pure malevolence as this creature kind of responds to that. In fact, you've angered it so much, it's actually going to use Hellish Rebuke.
Before you do any sort of attack, I've remembered I need to do concentration check for when I took damage.
Okay, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've passed it.
Cool. So yeah, this thing is going to cast Hellish Rebuke, but it's going to do it at 4th level. So you need to make me a Dex saving throw, please. 21.
You bastard. How dare you? That was his rebuke.
It's a 12.
12. So Braxton, in your righteous fury, you move to follow up, but this creature just extends a palm, and this time just hellfire erupts out and kind of engulfs you. You raise your shield, but the fire kind of swirls over and around. So let me roll that up. He's going to settle this time. Probably not, because it hates D10s. Yep. It's 28 damage for Braxton.
Say just roll them in the dice tower instead.
Probably should, yeah.
So, I need to do a DC 14 con save then as well.
Yeah, please.
For concentration. Oh.
So, Braxton, you try and you keep your shield up, but the flames have started to engulf your cold weather gear. You have to take quite quick action to pat this out before the flames spread on this thick fur. And in doing so, you sustain quite a few burns, and that breaks your concentration.
Yeah, nothing else on my turn.
Okay, Rulin.
Okay. Man, Braxton's looking a bit fucking overwhelmed. But I'll move to here. And then I'll attack Shadow 1.
Okay.
First strike. Let's get this up. 14.
Not quite the shadow.
No, you sure? Do you want to
There you
double
go.
check that? Recalculate it to see if it maybe it beats the AC.
No, that is definitely a miss.
Okay, second strike. Fuck off. How about
Rulin,
that?
you
How about
decide
one?
to-
Does a one hit?
You decide to go for a more aggressive follow-up, and in doing so, you kind of lunge a bit further to the point where your hand actually makes contact with this thing. So you're going to take an attack from it. So it's not much damage. Unless I roll really high. It's a fair bit of damage. So 17 necrotic damage.
Just by touching it.
Yep. As this drains your life force, and then it's going to reduce your strength by 1d4.
Nice.
By 2 strength. As
Is that a
your life
temporary?
force until the end of a long rest. However, be warned: if it reduces your strength to 0 in this manner, you shall die, as it is quite literally channeling your very vitality out of your bones.
Okay. So necrotic, you can't heal that, can you? Until like you've had a rest or some shit. How does it work again?
Can. I don't think there's actually much from necrotic alone. I think it gets the stigma because so many necrotic spells have something bolted on, like if a creature dies, it comes back as a zombie or something.
Necrotic damage.
I remember looking this up a while back.
I think I did a while ago as well, and it wasn't what I expected.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
think
you
it
can't
is.
heal it until the end of like the turn or something like that.
Again, I think that is just for like a few specific spells that
some monsters or whatever do have specific effects with necrotic, but otherwise, if it just says necrotic, then it's just damage.
It's just a damage type. Yeah, that was my understanding of it. Because I mean, most of them do because they're like necromancy spells. It'll be like if you kill a creature or a humanoid like this, it comes back as a zombie under your control.
Yeah,
but
I think there is one. It's either a spell effect or something like that.
I think it's vampiric touch or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you can't heal the damage done by the necrotic damage until like the next dawn or after a short rest or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, those are they're built into the spell rather than being just the necrotic itself.
Okay, cool. So 17 damage and -2 strength. Awesome. Okay, meta question. If I attack this thing with unarmed strikes, am I going to take damage from touching it?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, yeah. Is it worth it? Fuck it. Flurry of blows. Let's get these. Oh, that's more like it. That's plus 11 to each, so 26 and 30. Does a 30 hit? Does a 30 hit? Yep. And that's D8. 2D8. Plus Nice. 23 damage on those.
23 damage. Okay, so Ruin, you channel your key into your fists and start beating down on this shadow. You see it start to kind of fade.
Okay. And let's say the special effect. Oh,
It
sorry.
fades so much that it actually flickers out of sight.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. A little bit stunned by the fact that it vanished, but I'll pick up and I will move. Over there. Yes, I've got enough movement for it. Of course, I've got enough movement for it.
Okay. Alright, so in the meantime, this one is going to drift after you. But he's not quite fast enough to make it. The others are going to start to attack Braxton. And these ones over here can drift by. So we'll do Braxton first. I'll just roll them together since they're the same anyway.
Yep.
However, they both miss. It seems that they're struggling to really get to your flesh through that plate. They can't find any openings. The thick fur kind of making up the gaps in your armor. All right, Triss, you're going to take 2 as well. And they're going to miss again. These creatures clearly aren't very adept. Not by a long shot, actually. Okay, so, Larble, you've had time to take stock of the situation. Your mind starting to regain some of its former wit. You can see that there's clearly a group of presumably Tomb Raiders. And they've upset something here. And whilst you're not entirely sure whether this is your fight, you're quite acutely aware that your only way out of this vault is firmly on the other side of this melee.
Yeah. Right. What I'm going to do, alright, I'm going to try and sneak behind the big guy after observing that he's clearly controlling the others. I'm going to see if there's anything I can do. Try and jump on his back.
All right, so your current position behind this
Yeah.
stone plinth gives you a fair bit of cover.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and get round the side without being spotted.
Okay. So, you're going to move that for me as best you can to where you'd like to be.
Try and grasp around the edge of it, hoping that big guy doesn't see me.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
seems that this thing is currently dealing with Braxton and has its attention on him, so you managed to get around there. The coin pile long since gone, so you don't have to worry about making any kind of noise by displacing those. So you keep your back against this pillar and your profile low. The shadows come up quite high against your diminished stature. You're pretty sure that nothing here has taken notice of you.
Yeah. How far are these squares?
Each square is 5 feet.
5 feet. Right.
Yeah,
I
it's quite a
think
big
that's all
vault.
I'm going to be able to do for now. Then.
Okay, so you
Don't think I'm gonna be-
stick
yeah,
to
I'm
the
gonna have to-
shadows and bide
yeah.
your time. But you get a better look of these combatants here. You can see that one is clearly the martial type, clad in full military plate, wielding a hammer that glows with a kind of bright orange kind of splendor in the darkness. The other appears to be a more kind of lithe fellow. He's thin, but in a kind of wiry, muscular sort of way. Clearly, quite on top of his physical form, and he appears to be wielding a quarterstaff or a spear of some sorts. You can't quite see the others through the gloom at this point. Okay. Right. Meanwhile, this thing is
Actually behind a pillar, aren't I?
Yeah. That's true. At the moment, you are.
You saw nothing, just a pillar.
I guess he probably saw you dash to it. I guess. Well, actually, was hiding behind it. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe ruling is a surprise yet to happen. Right. Okay. So the entity at this point is going to, having been knocked back already, actually float over this grill here, where it's going to assess the situation, and it's going to actually decide that it's going to cast. Where is it? Mass inflict wounds. So it is going to choose a spot around here. So Triss, Havel, Torrick, I'm going to need each of you to make me a Constitution saving throw, DC 20.
No.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yep. No.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a 16.
16.
I add 5 to his roll using Flash of Genius and my reaction.
Okay, cool. So you scream, duck to Havel.
That was 6 from me.
However, Triss is not so fortunate. Pinned and already trying to dodge 2 ghosts, she's hit with a full blast. So you roll this up, and then you two can take half. Seven. So Triss, that's lights out for you, I'm afraid. As these wounds just appear on your person, your flesh just ruptures. You try and stem the bleeding and grasping at the sides of each of these cuts, but just more keep opening. You very quickly lose consciousness as the blood starts to ooze freely. And then
Are we keeping
others-
track of how many times Triss has lost consciousness? 'Cause
Quite a lot.
yeah, it's right up there.
Alright, the others can take 18 damage each. Yeah, so the rest of you kind of get some minor cuts and scrapes as you manage to dodge the worst of this, but you see Triss go down.
How much is the half value, sorry?
18.
Okay. And I still have 11 temporary hit points. Whee!
Okay, so with that done, it once more raises its left arm, this time behind it. Braxton, you're probably close enough to see this. Roll me another. In fact, no, do an Arcana this time.
Six.
It appears that this is summoning these things from one of the 9 hells.
Oh, joy.
Okay, Havel. So, kind of brushing yourself up a little bit. You can see that these ghosts are kind of still kind of hovering over Triss. It seems her being unconscious hasn't deterred them. But this creature is kind of barreling down towards you and Torrick.
Ha, wonderful. Okay. Gonna try summit, which could be interesting. I'm gonna obviously fire one at the one barreling towards us. That's the standard attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, am I?
I do love the suspense.
No, we're not. We're gonna use volley.
Ooh.
They're all within 10 point. Yeah, they're all within 10 feet of that one, aren't they? 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay, so I'll volley there, aiming at these 3.
sure.
So we'll start with big guy first. 7, so that's 21.
Hits.
Sweet. And he's still got Hunter's Mark on him, so he takes 14.
14.
Oh,
So this thing's barreling down towards you. Havel, you kind of take a few arrows out of your quiver and kind of stick them down in front of you. But you keep one and draw it back and just fire off a quick shot. And just as this thing is kind of charging, you kind of manage to get it in the mouth. And it kind of slumps down and slides a few more feet, its momentum carrying it forward. Kind of wheezes a bit, but then it kind of stops.
very cool.
I also completely forgot. Have I still got elemental?
Yes,
Attacks,
you do.
yeah.
I haven't
I forgot
lost
about that one.
concentration.
Sweet. Okay, we'll go for shadow number 7 with this one.
Actually, that's a point, Gar. I need you to roll that concentration saving throw from the damage you took.
Oh, yes. Forgot that there was a... Yeah, my
That'll
bad.
just be 10. That'd
21.
be good. Yep.
Okay, that one was 18.
That's going to hit.
Okay, so piercing
Are
damage.
you using your iridiums?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I should have made that clear from the beginning. So piercing and 4 thunder,
Okay.
and then finally shadow number 8. Mm, 26. Yeah, that's roll damage. 15 piercing and 2 thunder.
You found that already.
Okay. I'm gonna query on something here.
Mm-hmm. What would that query
I'm
be?
just reading the actual
Small print, yeah.
small print on the spells. I suppose I'll just put it to you. So with the ring, being able to transfer effects of spells.
Yeah.
For one thing I queried. Oh, let's go back to query is, for example, if I wanted to change the effect of a spell like lightning arrow, change the lightning to cure wounds.
And just shoot people back to life.
Kind of, yeah.
Would that still apply?
I don't
like,
know, because that's not a
damage?
damage type. Is my issue with that?
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's,
I wasn't entirely sure. That's why I was
I'll
reading
do it.
through it to see if it was anything like specifically like, if it said 1 ammunition instead
Yeah.
of like touch or something like that, but it doesn't. So.
That actually raises a good question. That it'd be interesting if we had like an undead character, like if you could like hit them with necrotic damage and heal them and shit like that. You know, you could
That would be
shoot
pretty
someone
cool.
with healing.
I kind of wish there was an option to make an undead character. It'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
Impossible to balance, though.
Or like
It would be-
you
it
know,
would be
if we
hard.
had a necromancer with like a minion or something, you know.
That's pretty much how it's
Have a become a
usually
lich,
done.
it's fine.
Or like, can celestials, do they heal on radiant damage or something? I don't know. Like the opposite. Probably not. It'd be a bit OP, I think, wouldn't it?
Just especially because you can do so much radiant in one turn, just like have a solar or something, and then just have a paladin smite him every turn or something.
Yeah.
All my health back every turn.
Like that scene fucking where Thor hits Iron Man with the lightning and supercharges his suit or some shit, you know. Oh yes, I am
Yeah.
now a god.
A precision engineered suit that can definitely take a whole bolt of lightning, right? Anything going wrong, of course, yeah. Right, yeah. But so basically, because it's that's a different effect rather than a different damage type, I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
say
fine.
that's not really viable.
You have to say, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
That would be the shorter way of putting it, I guess. Yeah. You cannot shoot Triss back to life.
Free.
That's
I'm
Torrick's job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Comes
leave it
around to my
Torrick
turn,
to
and I'm like, can I use my mass cure wounds to damage the enemy?
Okay, next query is how much. Now, on this spell, Conjure Barrage, it's fire 1 hour into the air and a 60-foot cone down from that like arrow point. So when it's a 60-foot cone down, is that like I choose a point and then it's like 60 foot around that point kind of thing?
Well, 60-foot cone. That's ambiguous because it would depend on how high you shot the arrow.
It says,
surely.
yeah, it says throw a non-magical fire piece into the air to create a cone of identical weapons. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must succeed a dexterity saving throw.
Assuming the cone is coming down, that is going to depend on how high you start to how wide it would be.
I've got to assume
Unless
it's
it's-
from the ground.
Unless
I
it's
don't
like
think-
a kind of it fires up and then goes in a cone outwards rather than directly down.
Ah, right, okay. So like a cone forwards.
But yeah, in a sense,
like the
that would
regular
make
cone shape.
more sense. Because I
But yeah, you are just showering a cone-shaped area.
yeah.
So
Really cool.
But yeah, that's the only way I can see that being possible to really work out.
So how do you calculate what a 60-foot cone would be? Like if I was firing this way, how many of these people would it actually catch?
I have.
Like my idea was like
Hold on.
the
like the
fire-
standard rule is every 5 feet it expands by another 5 feet, doesn't it, or something?
Let me see if I can figure this out.
So it would go like, oh shit. Yeah,
So you got kind of cone diagonally like this. So if you will, then just expand it like a kind of 90 degree, isn't it?
basically.
That's your template. So work on that. Actually, I should probably check. Can you guys see the little template I just put
Yeah,
down?
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would only get to like that bit. If I got Alt held down. Yeah, it did. Okay, I will ignore that one for now then. Might shoot just back to life, which is a terrible shame. Bonus action. Transfer Hunter's Mark because I killed the creature to
Yep.
the guy. So come into effect next round, but I will just fire an iridium arrow at the large gentleman stood over the sewer grate.
Sure.
25. Yeah.
It hits.
14 piercing and 4 thunder.
Okay, so another arrow connects. Again, the thunder damage reverberating off of its. Well, you're not quite sure of its armor, or whether it's actually the being's outer layer itself. Hard to really say from a distance in the lights, but it hits and it detonates of sorts. The creature remains very much intact. Torrick.
Oh no.
Guy.
Hello?
You're up.
Ah, right. Sorry. I am going to mass healing word, I think, which I reckon is a bonus action. It is. Wow, good spell.
That's ridiculous. Such a powerful spell to have as a bonus action.
Rulin, are you more than 60 feet away from me?
Looks like it.
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't take any of this heals, my guy.
Okay.
So it's just the range.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I move over?
I'm
I
not.
think Braxton's just out of range as well, actually. There, it's like just on the edge of it.
Oh man, Braxton's taken a lot of hits.
Step forward.
Yeah, I can't have the I can't have the tanks like that.
Did you just
So-
refer to Rulin as a tank?
You're a dodge tank.
Yeah.
I think just through necessity, isn't it? Just because everybody else
There's
is.
all different kinds of tanks.
Compared to Torrick, I guess, yeah. Everyone's a tank.
Yeah, so mass healing word will get heal everyone for 1d4 plus 10 health points. So that is 13 health, including you, Triss.
Nice.
Alrighty, Triss, you come back round.
Probably halved for everyone.
It is halved, but it's good. It's better than nothing, isn't it? I'll round it up as well.
Except
That'd be
for-
nice.
except for me.
I have 7.
I get the full.
That's true. Actually, Havel is outside, so he gets full 13.
Ooh,
So am I conscious again?
Yep.
Alright, cool.
So the effect of that foggy, smoky, whatever,
Pretty
is
much in
the
the room.
entire chamber.
Mm.
So it's not like a radius of this creature or anything.
No, it is the entirety of his faults.
Damn.
He is super dangerous. That whatever that thing is, he is so super dangerous. I'm considering breaking the concentration on Havel to try and lock him down.
Oh.
Oh.
I just thought of something. But I don't know how metagaming it is.
Keep up concentration a little while longer, just because you are doing work with like the area and multiple attacks with that extra d4. I will shoot the big thing though, just deciding what with, because I've just used my last level 3 slot. So my choices are limited. Is it floating?
It is.
Alrighty. I guess grease would be a
down the
pretty...
bottle of grease, yeah.
Yeah! Literally what I was thinking as well. Why is lube not effective against everything?
I just love that it's a spell. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, dude.
They thought to put that in. In fact, I should probably use it as a DM more often. It's good fun.
I got a good use out of it once as a wizard, where Like there was a like a corridor that we were all fighting down. There was a bunch of enemies chasing us. So, but there was a trap pit. So we cast illusion over the trap pit, and then cast grease to make everyone slip and slide into the trap pit,
Oh,
Nice.
which was
Imagine
like,
strikes
quite
me as,
effective.
Yeah, it strikes me as a spell that's also really good in like social encounters.
Yeah.
It's very, very handy in the right circumstances. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I guess that scuppers that plan then, Torrick.
yes. I'm going to do a little experiment, though, and I'm going to see how quickly this thing moves. I'm going to have it make a dexterity saving throw as I cast a caustic brew in its direction.
Saving throw. Alrighty. It is going to use its legendary resistance because it doesn't want to fail that one.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, caustic brew like misses it, and I'm guessing I saw that it actually used quite a bit of effort to avoid my spell there.
Yeah. You see that this thing actually had to kind of smack aside this flask.
All right. I'm good at that. I've used all my actions.
All right. So this, in fact, this thing is going to sniff around a bit first. It's going to roll a perception. Okay, so the ball from your hiding spot, you see this thing kind of
Yep.
start off towards Braxton, but then it kind of stops and cocks its head back a little bit. Kind of turns towards you. You quickly duck back into cover and kind of just cast a small glance every now and again. You can see this thing is searching. It hasn't seen you yet, but it's has somehow sensed something is around here. And it appears to be investigating. But for now, you're still undetected, as far as you can tell.
Right.
Okay, Triss. So back on your feet, but still, bleeding quite heavily from a lot of these wounds. You're very aware that toric stimulants are far from an ideal long-term cure. You'll have broken concentration on that blade as well.
As far as I can tell, does that darkness cover the entire vault?
Yeah, as far as you can see into it.
I am going to use a bonus action to cast Far Step.
Okay.
Let me just see whether I can get that slot back. No. And how far can I get with this? 60 feet. Right, so I'm going to move myself to here. And then once I've left... Sorry, just bear with me a second. What was I looking at? Oh, okay, it's at will. I'm going to cast False Life on myself, so I'm gaining 1d4 plus 4 temp hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, 5.
So
Okay,
round that up to 3.
Wait, am I not out of the...
Oh, sorry, you went the other way, didn't you?
Yep.
No, okay, you're good. Yeah, it's 5.
5, cool. Okie dokie. And that's me.
All right, so brings us to Braxton and Rulin.
Go ahead, Braxton. No, Braxton.
Go on, Braxton. Go on.
Go on then. Go on then. Since I said it, I'll go.
Hey, I don't have anything particularly special planned. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna throw one attack into each of these two shadows.
Sure.
So shadow 2. Oh, that was on the 20. That's a 15.
That's a miss.
And shadow, whatever the other number is a.
That's a hit.
27. That's a hit. So that's 2d8 plus 5. God, I really like this automatic 1d8 smite from one of my level ups. That's 19 damage on shadow 6.
19 damage, okay. So a strike on this one, the hammer face kind of impacting with its spectral image.
I'm not going to do any bonus action or movement, so I'm done.
Damn.
Okay, Rulin.
Alrighty. I'm just going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this guy. So if we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. So there. I'll attack shadow number 2.
Sure.
First spear attack. 18.
That's a hit.
Oh, nice. Plus 7. 14 damage on that one.
Okay. So
doesn't
iridium
disappear.
cuts, but it remains materialized.
No point for stunning strike. Second spear attack. Let's do it. Not as good. 15.
That one misses.
Okay. And I will. Yeah, fuck it. Flurry blows and both attacks against Shadow 2.
Okay. Rulin, it's difficult trying to punch an opponent that isn't really there. And while you expect your arms to come up against resistance, they don't. Once more, your kind of arm sinks deep into this spectre about up to your elbow, and this grave chill runs down your arm. So let me roll the damage. Okay, so it's 15 damage there. And you're going to lose some strength as well. It's going to be another 2 strength.
Strength is now down to 6.
So again, yeah, you just feel your vitality just being sucked away by this just unreasonable cold. Unnatural how numb that makes your arm go so quickly, but you very quickly withdraw. Well, it is going to be the Shadow's turn to act. So Shadow number 6 going to attack Braxton. But again, it's just going to kind of scratch away at this plate. What's the movement on this one going to be? Just enough to bring it into contact. So Rulin, you're going to get 2 attacks. One's going to miss, the other's going to invite a riposte.
Which one?
Roll an attack against number 2 there.
Okay. Well, none that it matters to me. Okay, with the spear. 18.
It's a hit.
That's 13 damage.
Another good blow, but it only flickers for a moment before it stabilizes. Alrighty, the others. Okay, so Torrick, you're going to get an attack. And it's going to connect.
Oh no.
So that's going to be 13 damage. And then you're going to lose some strength. You're going to lose 5 strength there, Torrick. As this chill seeps through you, even through your kind of, very thick survival gear. You find yourself fighting for breath almost. And Havel, you're going to get attacked as well.
Oh.
However, that's not going to do it. You manage to sidestep it just as it kind of comes gliding towards you, arms outstretched. Okay, so again, Larble, you've seen this this big thing kind of drift off over the ledge, and you're aware that this this smaller thing is kind of searching the area.
Mm. What I'm going to do then, I'm just going to go straight for it then. Just go straight onto it.
Have it.
25 my walk. I'm just going to jump straight onto it.
Okay,
I'm
so
fine,
you use the cover to get up close and then kind of
Yeah.
just lunge out at it. So you're going to get the surprise element there, so you'll be able to get a sneak attack off.
Yep. Where am I? I'm going to have to use one of yours. Things
Yeah,
like
just until we can figure
my sneak attack is 7d6.
76. You'll need to roll to hit first.
Oh. Okay.
So I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I just tried to go for it.
Yep, like your
It is,
enthusiasm.
yeah.
Gonna
Someone
need
get rid of
some,
them for me then.
gonna need some attack rolls.
Right.
So using 2 daggers,
Yeah.
so it'll be. Do rogues
Two,
get
yeah.
extra attacks? Is that their thing, or?
They
Doesn't say in
they
the
get to. Don't they get to add the? Oh no, you have to have the dual fighting shit, don't you?
Yeah, I've not got that.
Okay, so
yeah, I'm using one of them.
but as in like multi-tax in like make 2 attacks per
Yeah.
action, so essentially 4. If
Yeah.
you're using 2 weapons,
Right.
just don't know if rogues have that or not.
Don't.
I mean,
So
Well,
I
is
mean,
the,
it's just it'll be just standard 2 weapon fighting, won't it?
yeah, but in the same way
No,
that
I know what
like
you mean.
fighters and barbarians,
Yeah.
and ranged
Can't see it on the
No,
list
it
of
didn't.
No,
No,
so
yeah.
all it is, yeah. So for your attack
Okay.
and bonus action, yeah, you can still do, but you
Cool.
don't add your
You don't have proficiency to one of them, but
to your offhand. Yeah.
they're the same weapon, so that makes it a bit simpler.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want it?
Cool. So
D6.
roll me
Damn.
2d20, and then one of them you get to add your proficiency bonus to.
That's hard. My proficiency today.
Oh.
So
Okay, so the one's a crit fail anyway.
yeah, I get to re-roll on crits, though, don't I?
You do because you're a halfling. So
Yes.
re-roll that one.
Damn.
6.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 6 will miss.
7.
What's the 8 plus your dex and your proficiency?
Yeah, so that's 11. I can't find my proficiency. Where's it gone?
It's +5.
Is it 16? Oh, that is. Yeah, 16.
16. Okay, so well, you take your opportunity and lash out. But this thing's got far faster reactions than you were expecting. These kind of tentacle-like appendages kind of lash out and wrap around your wrist as you're starting to attack. Kind of catches you off guard a little bit. You weren't expecting it to be so aware. You decide it's best to abort the attack rather than risk getting kind of entangled in a prolonged brawl. So you kind of fall back down to a defensive stance. Your cover now blown. Rule and Braxton, you kind of see this as this kind of small figure bursts out, tries to ambush this creature. You can see it didn't go quite as well as you would have hoped.
Let's worry about that later, maybe.
Yes, you do have other issues to worry about, namely the large demon that is now looking to exert some violence upon you. So, still hovering. Well, it's almost strange to see a creature this large, almost floating delicately in the air.
I'm walking in the air.
But you don't worry too much about that, as it clearly has other malicious plans. It actually draws nearer to you, Braxton, and is going to make a melee attack against you.
Oh no.
Feel the fate?
No, I don't have it up.
So that is by the skin of its teeth just going to hit now that you don't have Shield of Faith. It is a powerful creature, and as that hits Braxton, you kind of feel the vitality being channeled up into this entity, almost as if it's feasting upon your very life essence.
Oh, wunderbar.
So 16 damage. But it seems to take no further action. Havel, so you've got...
Before we start Havel's turn, can I roll my concentration from being attacked by the spirit? Just to check if the spell on his bow is still up.
Oh, of course, yeah. It needs to be...
Yeah.
I always forget to make you do that. Okay, you're good.
Lovely.
Sweet. Okay. My query is, would I have seen where Torrick dropped the gem?
You would have known it'd be roughly...
Is that in the
In the
general
air.
area where he was stood when it fell?
Yeah, roughly, but it'll be now kind of down in amongst all this kind of thicker, dark fog, so you'll be unable to visually see it from where you stood.
No, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let me just look at what I can potentially do. I want to try something really stupid, and I think I might just have to.
Don't we love harebrained plans, especially when they work?
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals at level 3.
Okay.
And I would like to conjure. Do I do the stupid thing or do I go for a slightly smarter thing?
If you want to stay in character, I'd definitely go for a stupid thing.
I summon 4 reef shark. No. That seems like a generally okay one to me. Let me double check D&D 8. I just want to make sure we can pick shit up. Yeah, of course I'll be able to pick shit up. What am I on about? I'll summon 4 apes.
Okay.
And I will need to roll initiative. You roll it as a group, and then
Just have it same as yours for simplicity.
all right, okay. That's fine. So I would like 4 little AP boys.
Let's give me some tokens. Okay. There you go. Have all your apes.
Cool. Got my
Sentences
gang. Oh wait.
we weren't expecting to hear today.
Yeah, it's always something you never expect to hear. What is the range? 60 foot. Okay, so 1. Oh wait, 60 foot. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that is.
Soggy bum.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spawn them
Puppy teddy closer. What do you
around here. Okay, so 4 little apes. And they've got a movement range of 30 feet. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them out to search for said gem. Because, you know, what do you do when you've got 4 apes? You make them find rubies.
Would you not be
Yeah,
better
and
with
fucking
truffle pigs?
flashbacks of Jungle Run or something. Just
Did you say truffle pigs?
Truffle pigs, yeah, truffle pigs.
Is the gem actually truffle? Do we know that yet?
Whatever the gem equivalent is of truffle pig, is that an ape?
Gem
Did I miss
pigs?
that in
You know,
biology?
I'm going to send that 2 that way, but I am going to help out some people over here as well. So the one that's on Torrick, multi-attack, apes get to make 2 fist attack per round. It's a basic melee attack plus 5 to hit.
okay.
So I'll just do both because they're both the exact same attack. Well, that ape gone done fucked up.
Yep.
That's
So
really
much so that it's going to get an attack back at it. What's its AC?
Its AC is 12.
Okay, so that ape is going to take some damage. And how many hit points?
It does say on the sheet somewhere.
18 or less.
Oh, I'm trying to find it.
Get your hands off me, you damn
Let's have a look.
ape.
Ape, plus 12. Hit points 19. Oh,
Yeah,
lucky
yeah.
ape.
That's
Literally
a lot.
just
Lucky ape
found it.
indeed. So it is going to lose some strength as well.
Alright, maybe he's not that lucky.
Lose 2. So
It's got
again,
-2 in its charisma. That's impressive.
the ape has tried to attack this thing with absolutely 0 skill or precision. As such, this thing's aura has just sapped it of most of its vitality. The
Excellent.
screeching and poop flinging slows to an almost negligible level as this ape kind of stumbles backwards.
Screeching and poop flinging just
God's
sounds
sake.
like everyday life of a Jace.
Jason, 5 minutes before a D&D session.
Right then, and then this ape will do the same on shadow number 5. Let's see what he does to Mambo. So it's a 16 and a 13.
2 misses. The ape's fists just pass through this creature.
Excellent. Apes, you're doing me proud. You are doing me proud. Okay, we're all done. My little gang and I, my little entourage.
Torrick, you're up.
Brilliant. I Fucking give him a weapon enhancement. He decides to summon up some friends instead. Nyeh. I think I'm just going to focus on my own survival. I'm going to hit the one next to me with some Electro Grasp.
Alrighty.
Oh. Okay, ignore these. So that's 27.
That'll hit.
Cool. That's 2d8. Oh my god, it's 3d8 lightning damage. Huh. Since when? So it'll do 11 lightning damage.
Okay, so it's being flickers and soon evaporates.
And I think I'm going to keep my bonus action back. But I will move a little closer just in case Roland or Braxton need my assistance. But a safe 10 foot away, though, from all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
my turn.
not a bad show.
Alright, so this creature, now that it's found you, will waste no time in setting about attacking you and just launch itself in a vicious flurry of teeth and forelimbs. So it's going to be a 17 and a... Well, that will definitely hit. Your AC is 17, so that's going to be 2 hits from him. You try and take up a stance, but your daggers aren't really long enough to intercept these. So you're going to take 21 damage there.
Great.
So you kind of keep your footing and try as best you can to keep yourself out of this thing's jaws. Triss.
Oh yikes. Okay, so I'm gonna take myself up next to him. And hold on. Let me just decide whether I'm gonna
Hang on.
Yeah, you know what? Scrap that idea. I'm gonna use fast step to take myself onto the other side.
Okay. So you run up next to it and then fake it out by fast stepping.
Yep. And then I'm gonna turn back, and I'm gonna repelling blast shadow number 5. I'm gonna start with the 1 and see how we go.
Okay.
20.
That's a hit.
Cool. So 15, and then he's pushed back. Hold on, how many feet is he pushed back?
10, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. 10 feet, yeah. Straight line.
Okay, so you push these guys right to the threshold of the vault.
Hi, Hubble.
And then I'm gonna go 7 repelling blast, and I'm gonna try and hit it with 2.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Frickin' D10s. There we go. Mm, 28 and then a 14.
Yep, hit and a miss.
Okay, we're doing that again. 15 damage and another 10 feet.
Okay, so as you push Shadow 7 out of a vault and into the the kind of previous chamber. You see it enter the starlight, and for a moment it seems to flicker into a kind of a white figure, but this one you can actually recognise as some sort of humanoid. It kind of looks back at you, and you can see gratitude in its eyes for a moment before it vanishes.
What?
Aha. Yeah, that's me.
All right, Braxton, Rulan.
I'll say it right this time. Go on, Roland.
Number 2, please. Cashier number 2. Them with the spear. Ugh. Yes. This is not a. No, I'm not even going to say it because the next one will be.
You did say number
Second-
2, please.
Second spear. I did. 29, yeah.
That one will do it.
7. Nice. 15 damage on that.
Okay.
How's number 2 looking?
He's looking like he's just faded down back into the mist.
Shit. Flurry of blows. I'll attack number 4, but
Okay.
just with a single attack. See how it goes. Not fantastic. 15.
15's not going to do it.
Okay, I'm just going to try moving away from him then to get around this side of Braxton. So, opportunity.
Okay.
So I guess it's me.
No opportunity attack?
Yes, it's only a 5-foot reach one.
I was going to say because
We'll
I've
get
not
one,
finished. I've not finished my turn yet. I was waiting for the opportunity attack.
No, you're good.
Okay, and then final flurry of blow attack I'll use against the big demon.
Okay.
I swear to God,
Yes.
you do this again.
So yeah, just fucking jump up and slap him in the back of the head and fucking get the kill. Yeah, I'll do damage first. 9 damage.
Yes, 9 damage will definitely go through that. You punch this thing and connect, but you realize it doesn't feel like metal you're punching. It doesn't appear to be armor.
And fuck it, stunning strike. 17 con. Fucking shit.
You fail to have any noticeable effects on it.
Right, that's the end of my turn.
Right, here we go.
Braxton.
Bonus action. Branding Smite, level 2 spell. Action. 2 attacks against the big guy.
Sure.
21 and 24.
Hit and a miss.
Okay, so the Branding Smite activates on the
Yep.
hit. And I'll use a level 2 smite as well.
Sure, going for another big hit on him.
Yep. Let me just check. Yeah, Branding Smite is radiant as well, so I'll do the weapon first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And 23 radiant.
23 radiance on top of it. Okay. So another big hit in this thing staggers again under the force of its holy energy. It remains upright.
Damn. No movement for me, so I'm done.
Okay. So shadows. The number 5 drifts. Not Braxton. Sorry, Havel. You notice it's very careful to stick to the threshold of a room, and it's going to make an attack. Which misses, so you just step back a little further, and because it is clearly reluctant to leave this fog, doesn't pursue. And I believe that is all he's going to do. Shadow 6 is going to make a swing at Braxton. Shadow 4 is actually going to move to intercept Torrick. So Braxton. Once again, these ghosts just seem to be unable to hamper this holy warrior. Torrick, on the other hand. Nope, he's good. That was hovering over 18 for so long there. You got lucky. But yeah, you see it coming and duck under this thing. It's, again, not particularly agile. All right. So, Marble, you are now kind of in a bit of a tooth and nail fight against this thing. It very much knows you're here.
Yep. God, I'm just gonna go for it again. It's worst that can happen.
So
Slap me about again.
So tell you what, roll the first dice first, so we know which one gets your proficiency and which one doesn't.
D20, yeah.
Yeah, D20, please. Okay, so anti-dex and your proficiency for that one.
And 21.
21, okay, so that one connects, and then roll this second one, will do damage afterwards. So another D20, and then just your dex for this one.
6.
Okay, so as this thing comes towards you, you parry one of its kind of forelimbs as it stabs towards you, and use the other one to kind of slice at the back of a joint where the carapace seems a bit thinner and the tendons are exposed. The blade bites in, so roll me damage.
So it's 1d4 plus 4.
That's D6.
8. Oh, shit. There's a d4 right?
Triangle ones,
One up there.
far
Yeah,
left.
there's one, yeah.
It goes up in ascending order.
I'm not going to have to do that thing that I did
So
for
6.
6
Pascal
damage,
right
alright.
at the beginning when I wrote the numbers of all the die underneath.
Yeah, please, mate, please.
That's helpful.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
actually remember that.
it hampers it for a little bit, but it kind of hisses at you and then looks to resume its attack.
Yeah, what I'm going to do as well then, use my bonus, I'm going to dodge for the next attack. Just try and get out, disengage.
Yeah, uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
So you again lower your stance, ready to evade any incoming attacks. All right. So this thing is actually, he's going to roll an intelligence saving throw to see if he can work out what Havel's trying to do with these apes. He realizes it, and Havel, he sees you as an incredibly large threat now that he knows what it is you're planning. At a point, so he's actually going to break out his big guns, which I was saving for a special occasion.
Oh dear.
I do like being a special occasion.
Braxton, you hear this creature whisper something. You don't recognize the language, but you feel like, just immediately your divine sense detects something of, this is a school of magic of the utmost evil. And as you watch, you see Havel reach for his throat. He kind of falls to his knees and keels over. Torrick, roll me an Arcana.
Oh lord. Metagame, I think I've got an idea what that could have been, but bad news if I'm right. They have 14 for
baby.
Torrick, though.
You just witnessed Havel get power word killed.
Good kills! Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
So, how does power word kill work again? It's,
Any creature under 100 hit points just dies straight up.
Oh, cool.
Oh, shit. Oh,
That's
God.
nice.
The fuck.
Oh my god.
Braxton, as you see this creature cast this foe, you notice its kind of orange hue has dimmed considerably. This has clearly taxed the creature quite hard to have used that. But that is the end of its go. So, well, Torrick, I guess.
Shit. I should go pick that up. I'm gonna run from the shadow
I
without.
guess the apes are actually probably going to go at that, aren't they, if their summoner dies?
Havel, roll concentration.
Probably.
So is this shadow gonna react attack?
It will.
It's gonna miss.
It is.
Huh. Shit.
Didn't know you took a level in divination wizard on your level up.
Yeah. I can only do it once a day, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna shocking grasp the shadow that's above Havel's body.
Okay, roll me that back then.
15?
Is not going to cut it.
Oh no. Okay.
You leap up and try and reach this thing, but your gauntlet again just passes through this spectre.
Oh dear. I'm gonna. Is anyone else in dire straits?
Depends what you call dire straits.
I think you would be in them, Triss, if that's the case.
Yeah,
So
I know
familiar
Triss
over
is the most
here.
damaged, but is anyone like, oh my god, this thing next to me is going to kill me next turn? I mean, I did just open up Shadow 4 for Triss, so you're welcome, but...
Now we're good.
Probably okay.
Okay. I'll save a bonus action then, and yeah, Triss, I do have a healing potion if you want it. And end my turn.
Okay. Cool. So brings us to number 2, who is going to again try and eat the halfling, but he's going to do it at a disadvantage because of a dodge action, which is just as well because that would have been a crit otherwise. It's still going to be a hit, but could have been worse. And that's going to be a miss. So again, you a mixture of parrying and dodging, but just one of the limbs managed to just catch a glancing blow at you there. So it's going to be 8 damage. It's not going to move. It's kind of focused on its prey here.
Yep.
Okay, Triss.
Okay.
So you can see that Torrick is kind of running back to deal with that scenario there.
Yep. Also, I saw what happened with Havel and noticed that those apes disappeared. So I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 60. I am gonna take. Oops, did not mean to do that. Take myself over here. And can I see where that ruby is now? I'm back over, generally in the direction where I thought we'd lost it.
Yeah, okay, so Triss, now that you're close enough to it, you can see the kind of the tip of the ruby just poking out the smog.
Okay. So I'm gonna run over, grab that ruby.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna dimension door myself back out of the vault with the ruby.
All right.
And I need to roll for that spell slot. Don't keep that. So I am here.
Okay, so Triss, as you kind of fall out of this dimension door back into the hallway, you kind of quickly hold the ruby up. And as the starlight hits this ruby, you see a series of hairline fractures start to emanate out from a central point. You turn around and kind of shield your face from it as this thing continues to crack quite loudly until eventually it shatters in quite a violent explosion. You can take your hands, so 4 damage there. But as this explodes, Braxton, Ruland, you just see this creature start to almost double over on itself as if it had severe stomach pain. But you notice it's actually almost being sucked into some sort of almost singularity at the center of its being. Kind of reaches out, tries to claw at you one last time. But you both kind of, Ruland, you put your spear into it, and Braxton, you give it one parting blow with a hammer on this outstretched arm, and it is sucked into this point before whatever it was just ceases to exist. And as it goes, the remaining shadows sink back into the floor. The creature that is trying to devour this halfling in a similar manner just kind of folds itself up to a minuscule point in space before you lose sight of it. As an eerie silence kind of descends upon this vault. But you notice now that the mist and the fog is slowly starting to dissipate. Okay, so
despite the end of all of those things, I keep my shield raised and my hammer. Stay back. Where did you come from?
I was here long before you. Who are you? Why are you here?
We have been in this vault for some time now. I assure you there was nobody here. We came to recover an artifact and found this vault along the way.
I searched this room quite thoroughly. There was no one here, so where did you come from? Where were you hiding?
Don't worry, Guy, you'll do it concurrently afterwards. I'll let these guys sort this first.
I was right here.
No, it's just a time limit.
I just love Torrick being too polite to revive Havel.
He's just got his hand up. He's got his hand up at the back of the classroom.
Excuse me, fellas. Do you
very large watch ticking down?
Miss!
Yeah.
Miss!
In fact, tell you what, let's have Torrick revive first, just to have a chance of it.
Cool. So
Okay.
I'm going to use a level 4 spell slot to cast Revivify because that's all I have left. And
Okay.
Just makes an extra spicy revivify, I guess.
Havel, you
Is that horse
You
level
have
or lower?
you're the happiest you've been in a long time. You're walking through the summer copses of your youth. The trees are in bloom. The fruit is abundant. It's been a bumper harvest, clearly. You cast your head back. The sun touches you, and its caress feels like bliss upon your face. You stop. You sigh. You're at peace. And then in the back corner of your mind, you just hear the grating tones of well, we'll just have 5 kilograms more of. And all of a sudden, this idyllic paradise that you have found yourself in slowly recedes from your vision. Your eyes open, and the cold stone of the vaults slowly comes back into focus. With a very surprisingly anxious Torrick looking over you.
Aren't you happy to see me?
What happened? I was.
You died.
Oh, what? No. It was somewhere nice a minute ago. Why am I here? What's going on? What
You
is
died.
this?
You
Hello.
very much died.
Torrick's bedside manners just.
But I
you
fixed it.
died.
What's concerning is that the only other person in any near proximity is Triss, who's probably even more horrifying to wake up and see. Just a pair of
Not
them
only do you die,
looming.
you're now in hell.
What's horrifying is the implication that Havel is going to heaven when he dies.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say.
Whoa! What do you mean? What do you mean? Of course he's going to heaven.
That's just a pathway to hell.
All
What?
dogs go to heaven.
What has Havel ever done wrong?
Oh,
He's
did you
a-
want that
he's-
as an itemized
He's a
list, or-
sodomite. That's what he's done wrong.
That would have been much more entertaining, actually, to have Havel go to hell. But no, I think he deserves some peace after all he's been through. But yes, you.
Also,
you
there's
find yourself-
not nearly enough trees in Havel's heaven.
Anyway, I'm really sorry to interrupt the original role play between the new character.
Yeah, no worries.
It was just fine, but I didn't
Okay,
want Christy
so
to go,
yeah.
"Oh, you forgot."
No, don't worry. I'm not that much of an asshole, really.
He's not going
I
to
know,
end
I know.
orders.
I've played games with GMs like that, and
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're doing that in the background, stabilizing and making sure he's not going to relapse or
Havel slowly walks towards the grate.
decides it's actually the better option. Yeah. In fact, you could have said no. Actually, it's a willing spirit and one that's able to. So you actually do have a say in the matter.
He's here now.
I like the fact they almost certainly added that clause just for if people get bored of their characters and don't want to be revived and want to bring in like a backup.
Stop reviving me.
God damn it! I wanna die.
Oh god, it's good
What's
over
that,
here.
I'm muffin from ASDF. Why would somebody kill me?
Was that the Incredibles when he saves the guy trying to commit suicide, then he sues him?
You didn't save my life. You ruined my death.
that's such a good line.
Anyway, sorry to we got that out of the way. So back to the interrogation.
Yes. I searched this room. Where did you come from?
I've been here all along. I touched the ruby, and next thing I know, you came out of nowhere. What is this magic? Who are you, and what do you want with me? Give me my ruby back now.
Sorry, friend, but you're not really in the position to make that kind of demand.
I had it first. You wouldn't steal from me, would you?
The question is, would you steal from an ancient Azuran temple?
Of course I wouldn't. That belonged to me. I had the map for that. It's all mine.
A map.
Yeah, a map. How did you find it?
lucky accident, I suppose.
Yes. Well, also a map, but the map to something else.
So then by rights, it's mine. I had the right map. I found it first.
Look, you're not getting the ruby.
Well, I've been here. I've been here before you. I had that ruby first. Sure.
Who
I'm
are
gonna
you?
wander across at this stage, and I'm gonna hand him those. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna wander across.
So, Level, you see a fairly hapless-looking woman strolling across, but you can't help but feel that there is just something inherently off about this character. Like, your hair just stands on end as she draws near. She's smiling, but in a kind of almost nonchalantly malevolent way.
I'm going to take a look at her, and I'm going to start backing off with my weapons in hand.
What's
What
going
do you
on?
want with me?
Who are you, and where the heck did you come from?
He's demanding that the ruby belongs to him.
If that
And
thing
insisting
belongs to you, then why was its little creatures attacking you as well? No.
I had it first. I found it first. By rights, it's mine.
Oh, I
I
mean,
don't want any trouble with you.
you can have
That's
it, but
some bullshit!
it's probably cursed, and it's certainly broken. So, no, I don't think so. You clearly didn't do a very good job of leaving with it.
If you guys didn't show up, I would have left with it already. This is all your fault.
So where were you when we came in?
Oh, got a bit of Robo Triss there.
So where were you when we came into this vault?
You didn't come into the vault. I was here already. You just appeared, all of you.
Can I roll an insight? Try and
Yeah,
figure
sure.
out what's happening. 15.
15. So the halfling is speaking with conviction. It's quite clear that he's, believes what he's saying.
Hang on. You said that you touched the ruby.
That's right, yeah. My ruby. I went to get it.
And what happened when you touched it?
You appeared. All of you appeared. And then monsters too.
Oh, could I come over and do some investigating?
Yeah, sure. Roll me the investigationing guy.
Certainly.
How does he look? Like the kind of clothes that he's wearing? And
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if you were trapped in that gem for a while, maybe you've got some kind of like historical significance to your clothes or something that I could pick up on. That is a 19.
So you kind of cast an eye over his gear, and it seems that he's wearing fairly standard adventuring gear. You can see that the armor is leather and studded in places. The daggers appear to be of kind of a basic iron construction. But you can see that the method of kind of putting the armor together is fairly antiquated. There is, definitely it would be in the same way that, say, we might look at someone wearing Victorian clothing. Like it would be noticeable to you that it was a little outdated. Still good clothing, but just not the way they're made at the minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, Guy. What did that come to in total?
It was 19.
So you take a closer look at the base stand for this ruby, and you kind of focus in on those runes. You work out that they are a series of almost microglyphs designed to contain, but you notice that there's the mage who put them in didn't actually specify what it was containing. It was just an all-purpose containment. It would be quite possible that while this were active, it might ensnare other victims.
Perhaps that's what nearly happened to me.
So the demon was also ensnared by it.
Interesting. Yes, it seems he was prisoner here. Ironic.
So he
Say,
came here, desecrated the shrine and then found himself imprisoned in the ruby.
Or someone imprisoned him here and thought it'd be a safe place for him. What was your name again?
My name's Labul.
Alright, Laboul. Do you know what rotatory year it is?
I have no idea. I'm not intellectual like that. I don't know what's going on. I don't want any trouble.
Where are you from?
Me. What's with all these questions? What's going on here?
Just
do you
need to
think-
get an idea of
I'm
how
just from
long.
outside of Eventide. I'm not here for any trouble. Give me the ruby and let me go, please.
Who's the Lord of Eventide?
The Lord? I know nothing about these lords. I'm my own lord.
Yeah. Got rather a large cranium, doesn't he?
The Lord of Edge.
Could I go up to him and cast Identify?
It doesn't work on people.
It is a
No.
midget.
Maybe if
Speaking
you
of
turn him
which,
into a
how
stat-
long's just gonna wander over and be like, what's up with the midget?
It's a halfling, don't be insensitive.
He's slightly taller than Torrick anyway. No?
Are they?
But
I'd
yeah,
imagine so.
probably, yeah, slightly taller.
Just a little bit, but gnomes are just a smidge shorter.
2 midgets.
I crank a lever on the side of my exosuit, and with each crank I get an inch taller.
Extendable platform.
Now, hear me out, guys. We get a third and a trench coat, right?
I like where this is going.
Do we call him Titus?
Oh my god.
I think we need about 7. Just keep stacking them.
No, one more. One less. One less. Yeah, too tall.
We just chop the legs off that one.
Crippled
Anyway.
midget. Okay.
Okay, where were we at, actually? Lost track. Oh yeah, he doesn't know.
Triss
who
went
the
to do
Lord is. He
identify.
is his own lord. Identify.
Yeah, so you can't use that on people, I'm afraid, Triss.
Oh, tell you what then, in that case.
Oh god.
Just blows my legs off.
No, nothing
Worse.
that awful.
It'll be the one in the middle.
And
Yeah.
do you mind just having a good think about Eventide? Just, before you set out here.
What about it?
Just have a good think about it. Are you okay if I take a little visit?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, of course, yeah, but, it's probably easier for everyone if you just say yes.
Carl's stuck behind us, shaking his head like,
Incidentally, that's Havel's favourite pickup line.
I knew
Do
I'd
you have
heard
a
that one
choice?
before.
no.
Triss, this would have been a great time for the teapot.
It would.
Yeah, I imagine.
Or
I forgot
Now,
about that.
everybody sit down and enjoy a nice cup of tea.
there is another option.
Haz was so sad that you sold that, by the way.
Yeah, I regret that choice immensely. So, you okay if I just a little visit?
Go for it, but don't be doing anything weird now.
Okay, I'm gonna go inside his head.
You fool, Triss only deals exclusively in the weird. So Triss, you take an expeditionary glance into Laboul's head as he's kind of memorizing Eventide. And you look around, and it is not the city that you visited. From the looks of it, it's city is a bit of a grand term. It has a makeshift keep, not quite the full-blown castle that you saw while you were there, but it's surrounded by a number of small settlements and dwelling places, and you can see there's a market. The stone city wall is clearly yet to exist. In its place, a much smaller wooden palisade. But you can see that the dock facilities are there in a rudimentary form. There are several wooden piers leading out into the bay, where you can see ships and the pubs along the sides. There aren't as many, but there are still a few, and still doing just as vibrant a trade. You get a very uncomfortable feeling. You can't quite pinpoint what's wrong, but you get the impression that something is being done here.
Torrick, have a look at this. It's not recent. I'm gonna give Torrick this same image as I've just seen.
Okay,
Ooh.
so you
Do you just beam them into my mind?
kind of like a relay, yeah. Just because I suppose once Triss has seen it, if she thinks about it, she can conjure the image too. So Torrick,
you could go to sleep and I could make you dream about it if you'd prefer that, but this seemed quick enough.
Do I need a history roll, or is my brain just that big?
At this point, you're probably not going to roll low enough to not get the answer.
Yay.
So you look over this, and you can see straight away that this was quite some time ago. Eventide was one of the kind of first major cities outside of Bayford to really, elevate itself to the status of city rather than small dwelling. The presence of a rudimentary castle suggests that this is probably 2, possibly 3 centuries after the death of Parthenia.
Oh wow. So I'm gonna go. That explains a lot. Labial, or whatever your name is, I think I have a few answers for you. This is your homeworld. Is your not homeworld. This is the Eventide you knew, and I conjure up a minor illusion of what he thinks it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So,
it.
Well, it's looking quite a bit different these days. 250 or so years later, and I show him what the city has become.
So, we'll picture, if you will, a illusion version of a Time Team reconstruction. As Torrick uses the readily available flat platform where this gem was stashed to kind of offer a baseline view of all that has changed. And you can see that in your absence, the city has clearly done quite well for itself. The marketplace has pretty much quadrupled in size. The number of houses stretch out considerably. The castle is now a proper stone centerpiece of defensive elements, not least of which now is a very large, well-constructed stone curtain wall. The dockyards now have considerably more capabilities. The jetties being expanded to take more vessels and of larger size. It's a far fetch from your home.
A lot of dwarves.
Oh yeah. There's a shitload of dwarves there now.
They're all a little bit feisty as well.
Well, I imagine Torrick probably left them out of the
Yeah.
the buildings being of more historical importance.
That's in lecture 2.
So you kind of look at this and see that there's, if what this gnome is showing you is true, chances are you've been in that gem for longer than you think.
How's that possible? How long have I been gone? What's happened?
Well, as I said, around 250 years. Can't be sure, since we are
Did you
going
say
up
2 or 3 centuries after Parthenia?
Yeah.
So how long ago was that?
That was quite a bit longer. Torrick's guess is a little bit off. You're
Oh, right.
looking more in a ballpark of about 500.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like 2 or 3 set.
Oh no, sorry, as in like from the
Okay.
founding of the kingdom.
Oh,
After that, so very early.
my bad.
Ooh.
He's probably almost as old as my dad, maybe.
He's just about as old as my
Yeah,
dad.
Your
he's
dad looks good for his age, Roland.
Oh, yeah.
to be fair, like he's Lord Vanan is one of the older nobles in the Alfari Empire, but he's not actually that old.
No.
The elves, the nobility, don't tend to live that long amongst all the political infighting.
Mm.
I mean,
The
technically, they can live for thousands of years, but not many of them
Yeah.
actually tend to make it to that.
The house itself will have been around long enough.
Yeah,
at least.
yeah, oh yeah. The house itself will definitely have been around.
Anyway, so there was clearly some kind of magic on the ruby. When you tried to take it, it trapped you here, and we've inadvertently released you.
So now you believe me? Does that mean I can have the ruby then?
Well, like the lady said, it was destroyed.
I've came all this way for nothing. Surely there must be something I can have.
To be fair, he has travelled a bit further than we have. Or a bit longer than we have.
Yeah, I've only got little legs. It took a long time.
Torrick's like, finally, someone understands.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it, fellow short person.
We can figure something out. I'm sure.
So what
It's,
now?
I hate
it would.
to bring this up. This isn't the first time we've come across someone who has been somewhat displaced from things that they were aware of.
The night.
Yeah. Things out there will not be as you remember them. I think that Ruby is a smaller part of your problems.
You definitely can't return to Eventide. Well,
Short enough to pass
perhaps you
through the
could actually. Dwarves don't mind the halflings too much, I suppose. But your home, your friends and family, you won't
Probably
find
long
anything there.
dead.
And wherever you plan to go, from here you probably won't make it alone.
Sorry about that.
So what am I supposed to do then? If I can't go back home, what now?
Well, you seemed somewhat capable of handling that little beast. You you could travel with us, and for now, I suppose, until you find a town, and then you can figure out what you want to do.
Such benefits include a fair share of the riches, which, yeah.
Did someone say riches?
All 26 gold we found.
But not here. But not here.
Adjusting for inflation, that's probably a lot. In his mind, that's loads.
Yeah. So riches, so what? We split 50-50? I get half, yous all get the rest?
That's not how mathematics works.
Hubble, is there halflings in your ancestry?
He's just gonna blankly stare at her.
Apple's still dreaming about
What?
the copse of trees.
Yeah, I'm still every so often just like looking over his shoulder at the grate.
Yeah, right. The great is calling me.
I could go back.
Tragic. Well, like I said, we can get out of here and discuss some these kind of things later.
Yeah, that sounds like the best idea at the moment. I don't want to be in here any longer.
Fair.
Don't blame you.
Okay. Did we establish? This is a meta question. Did we establish whether or not we were going back to the ship, or if we were going to go after Quintilius? Because I think we said back to the ship, didn't we?
I thought back to the ship if we could.
Yeah, I
make
thought
it,
we could make
Yeah.
it if we go back to the ship.
because we
Yes.
came on the bats or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely
They've
not.
You
Okay,
did
fine,
what?
Yeah. That's not going to freak him out at all when we split.
It's,
When we climb.
it's dying and reviving. Is that like a long rest?
The longest rest, Havel.
It is a free action though.
Longest rest.
Afraid not. You don't get out of it that easy.
Yeah, damn. Worth a try.
That would be funny though. Havel's just dies and actually comes out better than everybody else.
Oh!
Speaking of which, do you want a healing potion?
Perhaps we
That's a
should.
good point. How much did I revive with?
It's revivify, so you have 1 health point.
Yeah, I'm going to say I probably need one.
Havel stubs his toe on the way out of the vault.
Shit.
Hits his head on the way down, fails 1 death saving throw.
Oh, it's a good thing Titus isn't around for high fives.
CPR just
Big-
crushes
big
his
dodge
ribs.
action.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll take a health potion, please.
Cool.
Do you have any
Perhaps
more of
we
those
should-
to go around?
I could mix 1 more up.
Perhaps we should all take a rest anyway.
Yeah, that's probably a good
Maybe we should do it outside of this hole.
Agreed.
Also,
Just in case.
Everybody step into the midnight.
Okay, so you guys make your way out and start making yourselves comfortable and patching up some wounds, where we will call it for tonight, I think.
Before we
Why
do
not?
that, can I pass my bow to Triss and ask her to identify?
yeah. All right, go on. I'll identify.
Okay, so
It's a boat.
Havel. Yeah,
It's
You
about.
can't,
There you
you
go.
can't get it on the person.
this is a very well crafted bow of sure firing. When you use conventional ammo with this, you get to re-roll any damage die that come out as a 1.
Ooh.
Nice.
Damn. That's
And
is
it is
nice.
also +2, just as a nice little extra.
nice. Definitely needed that.
Keep in mind, I reckon that'll be a magical weapon, so I wouldn't be able to buff it.
Yes, that would be a magical weapon.
Sweet. Does the mithril string make it slightly more resistant to snapping?
Depends how many 1s you roll.
Fuck. Sweet.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.
So yeah, you guys will take the rest, but we'll sort that out at the start of next session.
I've got an idea on how to use those ruby shards, if no one's got a better idea.
The main gem has shattered beyond repair, but obviously there were the other gems lying around the vault before you picked it clean.
I do have something to propose to you, and it does make law sense. But I was thinking of using the scraps to finish off my little project. You remember the ring?
Yeah, again, I think this is just vaporized pretty much beyond any use.
Oh, it was vaporized.
Well,
I
it
thought was scattered.
disintegrated and just turned into such thin slivers they wouldn't have been of any use in crafting.
Oh.
Plus, not to mention, you don't know what magic's been in that before.
Yeah, I was just thinking it's the kind of magic that was used to contain stuff, which would have suited the ring.
That was actually in the stone itself rather than the ruby.
Oh.
The warding was actually on the stone.
I can have the chisel.
I mean, the stand isn't large. That would be portable. But yeah, as I said, it's fairly old, unspecified magic. Quite unfit for general purpose. That's,
mean,
a possible
anything
curiosity.
Torrick done
stick into
been for
your,
general purpose.
Mm.
Fucking madcap, isn't it? How do we get our strength back, by the way, from the shadows that attacked us, or is that lingering?
You will at the end of this rest coming up. So don't worry too much about that. That was really just a case of if they managed to bring you down to 0, it would have been lights out. Oh, nice one. That's
Only one person died today.
yeah. That could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Had to fucking drag you all back in with Braxton's oath, but
It's a good way of doing it.
yeah.
It worked. That's for sure.
Otherwise, it would have been just as you cleared the vault and closed it, you'd notice a small figure slip out into the antechamber with you. I would have gone around it; it just wouldn't have been as good.
Smooth. Yeah. But that was good. Nice introduction to.
It actually
Labo.
works out perfectly
Laboo.
for
Labia.
somewhere to.
Yeah, labia.
Yeah, I wanted to say labia.
I like the head first into roleplay as well. Nice.
Yeah.